It's finally here!
What's your least favorite part about camping out in the middle of nowhere?
When we're way out there, obviously we, don't have internet, and with uploading videos and all that, doing stock market stuff, we need internet.
Since we're pretty much going to be spending the entire summer out in the middle of nowhere,
we finally decided to order Starlink. It's on its way. Timeline wise, we ordered it on a Friday and it's now Thursday and we got it.
For it to be ordered, shipped, and delivered less than a week. We were so super impressed.
Yeah.
When we got the order confirmation, it said it would take up to 2 weeks just to ship it, which is kind of what we expected. But then for it to be here in less than a week,
yeah, we're super
excited.
We're super excited. So comes in a pretty big box.
It's like Christmas for him.
Oh yeah. Let me let you in on a little secret. It's not Thursday anymore. It's Friday. We got home late, so I didn't get to open it. I'm waiting for you guys. Without further ado.
There, just like that.
Just like that.
It's set up. Is that the instructions?
I think so. And then the router. Ooh, that's kind of heavy. This is kind of a big end, so it's gonna be hard to feed this through like a port on the camper. That's gonna be interesting. I'm pretty sure they use the same equipment for like the RV one and the
house one.
And the house one. You just don't have a service address. We actually sent it to a service address that was on the waiting list, and it came within a week. Ordering it through the RV tab. Yeah, it was just a shipping address instead of like a service address. The least obstructed area. It's like, why did they do that? Dumb.
You really messed it up.
I know! Alright, we've discovered that the end that comes plugged in does come out of the dishy, so that end is much more feedable through a hole.
And we finally got it untangled.
Everything seems like really high quality. All the cords have these like seals on them and stuff. Alright, so here we are in the Starlink app. We're going to see what we need to do to set this thing up. Did all that. And now we got to join the network. Just join the network that says Starlink.
So once you connect to the network, it looks like it brings you to a web page where you can then create your SSID and password, and it's not in the Starlink app.
Oh wow, yeah, definitely connected.
Holy crap! Okay, now it's coming back down.
Oh, weird. Now it says we're offline. No signal received. Now we're back online. Alright, so this is the speed test in the Starlink app itself. Speed test could be potentially limited by RV location. Let's look at the map here. We are close to a limited area, but we're supposedly in the available now.
Okay, so now we're in the Starlink app, and this is the advanced speed test.
So I'm guessing first it's going to test the speed between the dish and the satellites, and then after that it's going to test the speed between like my phone, for instance, and the router itself. Well, that one works fine.
Yeah, I would say so. Is that even possible?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So this is pretty good compared to like 4 from our phones right now. And the 4 is like super sporadic. It's like 4 and then it's like nothing. and then it's 1, and it's nothing.
And then our cellular internet gets like half a megabyte.
Not even 300 KB. All right, we've had Starlink for like a week now. We didn't want to just throw up our video right as soon as we got it because we wanted to try it out and, you know, see if it is what all the hype's about. When we first got it and first had it set up, we were getting quite often dropouts. Like the speeds were fine, and then it would just all of a sudden drop out for like 10 or 15 seconds. So I decided to move the satellite a little bit, get it a little bit higher, and then they've gotten better, but they're still there.
I think it's probably from the trees over here.
Yeah, I think it's this one specific tree. Because of the dropouts, it's not gonna affect your streaming. It's, you know, it's not gonna affect your surfing the internet or anything like that. It's still gonna work great for that. The only time we've really seen it as an inconvenience is playing video games. It'll kick you offline.
Which can be scary. You're in the middle of like an intense situation, and then all of a sudden it gets laggy and then it kicks you out. That's not so fun. But other than that,
hey Ruben, come here.
I'm sure he just saw a squirrel. He's right there. He likes to chase squirrels.
Ruben. So we did our own power tests after seeing all the questions online about how much power it takes and people saying that it takes a lot of power. I wanted to know specifically exactly how much power it took, so I went through and I shut all the breakers off. I unplugged everything except the Starlink. I even went through and took all the 12-volt fuses out, so we were only running the Starlink when we were doing these tests. Our cellular internet takes about 5 watts, for instance, to run, and that doesn't matter, you know, if you're using it or not. It just takes about 5 watts to run. Starlink, while it's booting up, it takes between 80 and 125 watts, and it kind of just fluctuates, and the boot up process is 2 to 4 minutes, something like that. When it's connected and it's not loaded down, it's using between 30 and 40 watts, and it just kind of fluctuates. But it does spike a little bit when you're using it and it's sending data. It spikes and kind of fluctuates between like 60 and 70 watts. So that, you know, it's not an insignificant amount of power. I mean, we're kind of just barely getting by on the solar we have as it is. So we might need to add another solar panel because of this.
Another thing that we thought of once we've like set it up and everything was we're gonna have to take it down and set it up like each place we go. So I mean, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's not like a ruggedized like RV version where you just like mount a dome up on top of your roof and leave it. We're gonna have to go buy a case for it to like put it in a case so it doesn't get damaged while traveling. Versus our other internet, you just
stick it on the roof.
It just stays there. You know, we installed the antenna on the roof. You know, you mount the router, you just leave it on. So let's compare it to our cellular internet. When we had good signal on our cellular internet, we would get up to, I think we've seen up to 90 megabits per second, but that was pretty rare.
That was only one time at my parents' house, and that's because the tower was like across the road.
You have to be right next to a tower to get that good. I think on average, the best we saw on average was like 30. Most situations we had like 15
or less.
10. So this we're getting between 100 and 200. So I mean, that's phenomenal speeds. The dropouts are the only really downside for that, I guess. Upload speeds I've seen between 9 and 35 at this spot. I think we like our Starlink.
I think we'll keep it.
We'll keep it.
It's gonna be super nice this summer. We're going like out into Idaho and Montana where there's like no service.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice not to have cellular service be a deciding factor on where we go camping. We can just go camping where we want to go camping, and I will figure out a way to get this thing to see the sky.
You don't have to go to Walmart to upload these videos.
If I were to do it over and pick one at this point, it would definitely be the Starlink. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We will probably do an update on our Starlink video after we've had it for like, I don't know, maybe a month, 2 months, just to give you guys an update. Make sure we're still liking it, whether we added a solar panel or not because of the power consumption, and how much of a pain in the ass it is for setup and tear down, and how much we can kind of streamline that process. So guys, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.